Hello, hello. Ooh, let me turn my lights on. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I forgot my bright lights there. Hi, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're all having a good night. If you're just jumping on, make sure you say hello so I know that you're here. Let me get my computer fixed here and we'll be ready to roll. All right. Hello, hello. If you're jumping on, say hi. Hi, Donna. How are you? How are you doing tonight? I hope you're having a good evening. Well, we're ready to get started. We've got a fun template tonight. Hi, Kathy. How you doing? Hello from North Carolina. Hello, hello. So I'm going to get started. We've got a fun template here tonight. This is one of the square flower templates that's in the store. So if you have not seen my brand new store, I posted the link there for you. It's easy.art.com, and you can check out these templates. These are ones that are from either from past subscription boxes or just other designs that are available for Dot Art. So we're going to do this one tonight. This one is a lot of fun, and I've got some really pretty pinks and purples that we're going to do tonight. So I've got all Deco Art Americana, and I believe they're all matte finish. I don't think I have any multi-purpose or multi-surface paints tonight. I believe they're all matte. I've got Carousel Pink, Vivid Violet, Lilac Meadow, and Royal Fuchsia. So they're all kind of in the pinky purple range, and they all look really, really springy, really pretty together, like some pretty spring flowers. All right, so this is our template, and I've got it base coated black. So we'll go ahead and get started with this. So with this template, this one is a lot of fun, simply because it's just a really pretty flower mandala design, and a very good one to start with. Pretty easy to get going with this one. So I'm just going to measure out here on my center. It does have a bigger area in the center here to put your center dot in. So I will probably put a pretty good sized one in here. And I'm going to start with my Carousel Pink right here in the center of this. And then we're going to work our way out. So I've got the 4 colors here tonight. And we're really just basically going to work with moving on throughout with the colors as I go on out. And I am using my Pittsburgh punch set tonight, so my favorite dotting set. For those of you who are not familiar with that, it's called a Pittsburgh punch set. There are 28 pieces to the set, and this is actually a punch set that would be used in a shop to punch holes in different types of things. So it has 28 different sizes of graduated ends. So I love this set. It's one of my favorite things to use. So you'll find me using that a lot on my lives. And I am going to utilize just a little toothpick here to put a little tiny dot at the top of this petal. There wasn't a whole lot of room in there once I got that base dot in there. So I'm just putting the little tiny dot in here to finish the top of that petal. And this is just going to be a real basic design here tonight. If you have any questions as I go through, be sure to let me know. I'm going to go ahead and head on out to our lilac meadow, and I'm just testing my size here. You'll find me testing sizes as I go, and really that's just a way to test to see if my tool is going to fit into the area where I'm wanting to put the dot. And what I'm looking for is to see if the tool is just a little bit smaller than the area, because you do want to allot for the spread of the paint. So you kind of think about the footprint of the paint, and when you push down on it, it will be just a little bit bigger than your tool that you're actually using. So then as you kind of get used to using the templates, you'll kind of have a feel for what sizes will fit where. And I always say you're better off to go just a little bit smaller than what you think you need, because the paint will surprise you and really spread out. And so going smaller never hurts. You can always fill in around it if you need to. And the other thing you can do, if you're smaller and it doesn't quite fill it, you can go up to the next size and just dot right over top of it. But if you go too big, it's hard to fix that. You can fix it, but it's hard. So smaller for this instance is typically better. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my nail dot tools. So these are, hey Kim. So this template is one, Kim, that I actually first started with. When I first started using these templates to dot with, this was one of the first ones. So this one is actually in my store, easy.art.com. It's this template here. You just may never have seen that before. It's a fun one. It's a real pretty flower. So I'm going to go ahead and start using the nail dotting tools here. And I'm just going to grab the size that I need to fit the area that I'm in. So I have a small little area here, and I'm going to go back in with that lilac meadow and just put a dot above these really, royal fuchsia here. And I just want to fill that in. I didn't use a whole lot of area with that lilac meadow, so I just wanted to go ahead and bring that on out here just to give a little bit more of that. This is really the only true purple we have in this group. The rest is really a lot of pinks. So I will go ahead and put a small little dot of the carousel pink in here as well. And this is just filling that space in there. There's a little space between the larger dot and the lilac meadow dot that I put there. So a lot of times when I'm using these templates, I'm just starting at the middle and kind of working my way out and seeing what I like and what will fill the space. So a lot of times I don't really even have a particular pattern in mind. Sometimes I do. Now on this one, I have dotted on this particular pattern a lot, so I kind of know what looks good in each space and what doesn't. So there we go. We have our star space in the middle there. Kind of a good look there. I like that one. So this one is in my new store, easy.art.com. So for those, I am taking orders in the new store. It just opened yesterday. So I do have those as set as pre-orders for right now. I'm working on building my stock up in the store. So you can go ahead and order those if you want. Those will begin shipping out, I think I said March 7th is when I expect to be fully stocked in my store. And I'll be able to really get things out fast to you. So this is one of those templates in there. And it's square flower 1 or 2. I can't remember which one it is. You'll see it in there though. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do the carousel pink here on this one. And I'm just working on getting my colors throughout on this one. And I just want a good combo of the mixture of the pinks and purples. Okay, now I'm going to go in here and do, I believe, a little baby swoosh maybe. Yep. So what I'm going to do is just do a little baby swoosh here with the lilac meadow, and I just want to go around that pink dot there and really just kind of fill that space in. That was a good space for a swoosh because it really was not big enough to put a full-size dot in there, and I didn't want to fit 2 dots in there. So it kind of actually makes it look like that lilac is meeting up down there with that dot below the big pink dot. So that's kind of cool. It kind of looks like it's nesting in there. Now we'll go ahead and grab this, the Royal Fuchsia. I love this color. It's so vibrant. We'll just put a little bit of a swoosh out here to the end of that petal. And I like that on this design, you can really utilize these petals. They are very pointy. So it's fun to do those pointy swooshes because they really help you notice the design there. Okay. All right, now we're going to move on out. We've got another row. So we just finished up this secondary row of the flower. We're going to move on out to the big petal out here. And I am going to go up in a couple sizes here because I want to make this bigger petal even more noticeable. And I'm going to use the Vivid Violet here at the end of this one. The Vivid Violet is probably the brightest color that I have here. Aside from the Royal Fuchsia, they're pretty, both of them are pretty bright, just in a different way. One being a more purple and one being a more pink. Okay. All right. Now let's see. I'm going to take a pretty good size DIY swoosh tool here, and I'm just going to put a pretty good size swoosh down in here. Now on the DIY swoosh tools here, this is just a pencil with a ball earring stuck in the end of it. The great thing about that is you can do graduated sizes. I just purchased little cheapy earrings at Walmart to use for my ball end on the pencil. And I really love these because they're very easy to use and I get reliable results every time. They're just a great little tool. I love them. Okay, now I think we'll go ahead and do just a small dot of the lilac meadow here, and then we're going to dot on up with a ball tool, or maybe, oh, I might do something different here. Hold on. Getting ahead of myself. I think I want to do something different. I think I'll go ahead and take, it's the small end of my Dollar Tree ball dotter, and I'm just going to go back in with that lilac meadow. I'm going to walk down there to that top of that swoosh. And just fill this in with just some walk dots And I'm just hugging around the foundation dot here. So I call this hugging up. Basically what that means is getting as close to the previous dot without touching, hugging it up. So you're just wrapping your little dot arms around that dot and hugging right in there. When I first started dot art, this was the thing that I thought was so pretty. And the reason that I started dot art was because I wanted to learn how to do walked dots. I thought it just looked like lace. I thought it was beautiful. All right, that's pretty. Hey, Shelly, happy Monday to you too. How are you doing today? Good to see you tonight. Okay. Now I think what we'll do, just a little bit larger of the nail dotting tool. And I'm just going to do the carousel pink, and I'm just going to dot up here, 2 dots. And I'm just working on, really honestly, I'm just spreading these colors throughout. All right, now I think we're going to go even a little bit bigger here up to the next one. And let's see, I'm looking at, I have not used the Lilac Meadow for a foundation dot yet, so we'll do that here. And this is our large size, our large petal on our flower here. All right. Okay, so this is one of the designs that's in my new store. If you have not seen the store yet, easy.art.com is the name of my store. And I'm just getting started with loading up the templates in the store. So you'll find a few different ones in there that you may not have seen before. This is one of them. And I have some new and fun things that I'll be loading up in the store. The other new thing that I've got now is an addition to what I'm doing with the template subscription box. I now have a portion of that subscription that is comprised of the downloads only. So if you don't want the templates, you can do a download of designs and still be in the membership group and learn how to do everything without getting the templates. So that is on the easy.art.com. You can check that out there and see what I'm doing with that. Let's see. And I'm just going to go down in size here. Ooh. That one looked a little bigger. I think I pushed down farther. So I'm just kind of working down in color. I wanted to do dots on this one to do a little contrast to the swooshes I put on the other petal. Plus I'm planning on doing some more swooshes in another area. So I wanted an even distribution of dots and swooshes here. All right. Now, I'm looking for a size here. So I'm basically just looking for what size I want, and then also the last color that I did not have in here of my 4. So I just went down in size, and I'm finishing off with my Royal Fuchsia. So for those of you who came in a little late, I've got Carousel Pink, Vivid Violet, Lilac Meadow, and Royal Fuchsia. All deco art, and they're all the matte finish. I don't have any of the multi-surface satins tonight, all matte finish. Really pretty purples and pinks for spring. Are you guys ready for spring? I know I am. Okay, now we're going to go down considerably in size here because I want to take that same pink and I'm just going to walk down a couple. And I'm just filling out the bottom portion of this petal here. So I'm walking these dots down. Now walking dots means that you dip in the paint once and you dot, dot, dot. And each time you dot, it offloads more paint. So your dots become smaller and smaller. That one, I got a little more paint on there, I think. And I'm only fitting in a couple here. I probably could have used a ball daughter there. We're going to go ahead and finish with this tool though, and then I may go back in with a little ball tool and add some more in, just to finish that off. All right, so I'm just going to take a small little ball tool, and it's actually my smallest one I have. It is almost just a point, and I'll just finish that off there. So it's just really little minute dots, but there is area in the design to put that down there. So it's just a matter of getting a small enough tool down in there. So Wednesday night, I will be back live. You will definitely want to join me because I have something fun and different Wednesday night. It's going to be a surprise, but you definitely want to be here 8 o'clock Wednesday night. I have something totally different that I'll be dotting on, and it has something to do with spring. I think you'll be excited about it. Now, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go into this one before, same color, and just carry that dot down where I had that swoosh. And I'll just finish off that little spot there. And it's really just finishing where that petal goes into the flower. All right, ooh, loving that. Loving that with the swooshes on it. You guys like the swooshes? That looking really pretty. Okay, now I'm going to stir up my purple lilac here a little bit. That purple lilac has a tendency to get a little thick, but I do need to use it here. I want to do a pretty good size swoosh. So we're going to see if we can make this purple extend out for us. And I'm just filling in this area here with swooshes. when I get done here, I'll show you what that area looks like. It's kind of a little triangle area that comes in between the petals here. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but I'll show it to you here. Where I'm at on that is right here. Kind of that triangle with the down point there. And then I'm going to come back and just bring in some of these other colors on the swoosh here. If you have any questions, let me know. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm dotting on an Easy Dot Art template here tonight. And this template is available in my store, easydotart.com. You can check that out. It's my new store that actually just opened this weekend. And so I'm actually taking pre-orders. Orders will begin shipping on the 7th. I'm working on getting all of my supply in for you guys so that we have all kinds of wonderful things available. For those of you who have been looking at the Easy Dot Art subscription box, you can go right to my new site, easydotart.com, and there's tons of info there about the subscription box, as well as subscription designs and things like that, just all kinds of wonderful things. So go check it out. Let me know what you think about my new store. Now, I've got a little area down here. I want to measure the size here. And I just want to bring in this vivid violet and anchor these in here. I'm going to put an anchor dot right at the bottom of those swooshes. And then I'll probably put a couple more dots to fill out the rest of that area, because there is a little more area there. Okay, let's see. Same color. I'm going in with that vivid violet and just filling out the rest of that area. It's another one of those little spots on the design that has just a pointy little indent there that goes in between the petals. And I'll show you here what that looks like when I'm done. Okay. So that area that I just finished off there was just that very pointy end there. All right. Now, let's see. I want to go ahead and fill out above the large lilac meadow dot. And I'm just going to bring that out to the point to just fill that out. And then I think I'll come back in here. This is the vivid violet, and I'm going to go around this dot here. I'm just walking dots. I had some space there want to walk dots down there to that other, the large vivid violet dot. And then that'll kind of mimic that layer previous where we walk those dots down. And I like to do that to where a design element will repeat. I just like the way that looks. To have the walk dots here and up here. Sometimes I don't know though until I get that filled out and see what I want in there or what kind of space is there to fill out. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and test the size on, I've got the outlines here, and I'm just testing for size here. I'm going to go down one size, and I'm going to take this is the Royal Fuchsia, and I'm just putting it at the top of each one of these points. I believe, if memory serves me right, I think I can fit 4 dots in here. So I'm just getting the top one there so I know that it'll fit. Yep. So on these, when you're working on fitting in a size, or I'm sorry, the same amount of dots, you really just need to, as you go through, try to keep your spacing the same amount. And I pretty much knew that, because I've done this design a lot, that 4 would fit there. And on the next one out, I believe 5 will fit there, and that's including that top dot. So I'm including the top dot on each side. So when I go down the other side, I'll say it'll be 4 total on that side too, but it's including that top one. So I'm kind of coming from this angle so I can see. Gonna clean off my tool. It was getting a little gunky there. So this is the Royal Fuchsia that I'm using on this one. And then I will do the one last outside row with that carousel pink. It's kind of my lightest color that I have. A lot of times I like to use the lightest one on the outside edge, just so we can really get some good light out there. And it kind of pulls your eye out, because I typically start in the middle with the lightest color, and then I like to have it on the outside edge as well. That's just me, personal preference. You guys can do however you want on yours. Okay, that's the first row filled in. Now I'm going to go up a size in tools. And this next row is just a little bit larger, and I'm going to do the carousel pink, and we'll go ahead and get the top one. And then I believe there'll be 4 more going down on each side here. Now, I did kind of walk those down, but I'm going back in to fill that in. I actually have quite a bit of paint on my tool here, so it's not There's not a huge bit of difference on that size there. If it looks like there is, though, I can go back and cover over there. And you could see how that, the lightest, brightest color really makes that outside stand out. So this is a great beginner design if you have never done any type of dot art before. This is a fun one to start with because it's fairly intuitive because it's got a great design to begin with. But you can do a lot of different things with it. You can do dots, you can do swooshes, whatever you would like. So Kim, you were asking if this was a new template. This is the same design that was on one of the December ornaments. It was just shrunk down into a 5-inch ornament. This is the 6-inch design on a template, or on a 6x6 board instead of the 5-inch ornament. So you may recognize this as the little poinsettia ornament. And it's just on the 6-inch board instead of the small one. All right, there we go. All right, you guys, that is our fun design for tonight. So just to recap, I did Carousel Pink, Vivid Violet, Lilac Meadow, and Royal Fuchsia. If you love this design, you can go to easy.art.com and it's in the store. I hope you guys had a lot of fun tonight. Remember, meet me back here Wednesday at 8 o'clock, and I've got something really fun I'm going to show you. So I hope you have a good evening tonight. Happy dotting. Bye-bye.